Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, present the SmackDown Ring Report. What a show we have for you. Coming up, we go on the heels of last week's brutal attack as Paul Heyman suffered his fate when he got powerbombed out of nowhere by the whole bloodline. The bloodline kicked him out after Paul Heyman made that remark that he doesn't believe Solo is not the tribal chief, and Solo and Paul Heyman had their word of words. We'll get to it coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Present the SmackDown Ring Report. Also, too, we're getting headed out to Money in the Bank, and you won't believe who is the host of Money in the Bank. None other than the seven-time WWE Women's Champion, Trish Stratus, the Hall of Famer. She's of her hometown, Toronto, Canada's favorite export. Will be hosting Money in the Bank, and we're getting everything lined up here on Money in the Bank, including this a tag team main event as DIY Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano challenge the current tag team champions Grayson Waller and Austin Theory for the tag team championship. Can DIY win the gold? We'll see coming up as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Ken Bix here. Well, you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on Pro Wrestling Show. All right, let's not waste no time with this. And we know that later on, we'll have that huge six-man tag team match for predicted outcome. We'll have tomorrow. We'll look for that coming your way before Money in the Bank. But we get names started with this. Man, Jey Uso made a rare appearance on the Blue Brand ever since he got drafted to Raw. Man, Jey returns, and he returns with a vengeance. Main event Jey Uso will be part of the historic six-man match tomorrow. These two fan favorites who likely could be the favorites to win Money in the Bank. As well, they'll be joined by Chad Gable, Andrade, Drew McIntyre, and Carmelo Hayes. So every man for himself in that ladder match. That ladder match is going to prove to be who's going to get that opportunity and become Mr. Money in the Bank. Jey Uso wants that opportunity. Jey Uso saying he's going to get that smoke. He's going to get that yeet. He wants that briefcase so bad. He's the cover boy for it. So it only makes sense for him to win it. But there's some likely competition as well as Jay's arch nemesis, main event Drew McIntyre, who bragged about CM Punk. Drew McIntyre been telling a good story with him and Punk. He took out Punk. He wants to win that briefcase. Drew was the last person to qualify, and Drew wants to win it. And Drew had that face-to-face confrontation with Jey Uso. These two may be the likely candidates to win it, but a lot of people are pointing out who could do it. It's going to be a free-for-all. Look for tomorrow on Predict the Outcome special for Money in the Bank. And I give you my predictions and what the fans are saying. And we'll go from there. And it's going to be really historic to see coming up. Also, to the Street Profits were in action. The Street Profits took on Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly has been we can show Pretty Deadly. This all started last week on SmackDown right here when Pretty Deadly came Nick all this asking for tag team title temperature matches until the Street Profits wanted some. Nick Aldis said, you know what, y'all gonna all get in the ring and we're gonna go from there and we're gonna settle it in the ring like gentlemen do. I think that's what happened. Pretty Deadly did not want to get in the smoke, and they did. The smoke came near them. But at the end, the Street Profits win the match. The Street Profits win. Bigs up to Angelo Dawkins for stepping up, getting married, and now have 2 kids along with his partner, Angelo, with Montez Ford initiating the wedding, officiating the wedding. So congratulations to Dawkins on that. Dawkins now a married man. Congratulations on that. Maybe going for tag team gold again. So hey, the Street Profits. Speaking of Montez's wife Bianca, who's in tag team competition, teamed up with Jade, and they saying they want the smoke too, but they want to go for the women's tag team titles. Bianca and Jade, if you remember at Clash of the Castle, never got pinned for the tag team championship. They lost the irregular. So he sent the message to the new tag team champion, Issa Dawn and Asa Ray, that they're coming for the tag team championships. They're gonna want their belts back. As Jade said, they kept those belts warm for them, and Jade made it clear that she and Bianca want to become women's tag team champions once again and do it again, do it to their best ability. So we'll see how this is gonna progress throughout. And Bianca and, and Jade get the tag team titles back into contention once had. So we'll see how this is gonna go for Bianca and Jade, but you can tell Bianca and Jade wants that smoke. Well, we get to this right here. We can show you right quick. Nia Jax sending a message to Bayley. Nia Jax. Everyone sending a message to Bayley. Bayley's getting attacked from left to right. Even got attacked by Piper Niven. Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, didn't forget. Chelsea Green could be Miss Money in the Bank if she have her way. She could cash in and win the Miss Money in the Bank briefcase. That could be a possibility for Bayley. And what's going on? Well, Bayley found the way to beat Piper Niven and beat Piper Niven indeed, and got the 1, 2, 3. Bayley wins over Piper Niven, and Bayley finds another way to pin Piper Niven. Speaking of that, Bayley could be going against her friend Naomi, who wants to be women's champion, and I think everybody's eyeing Bayley. Naomi got her sights set and win the women's Money in the Bank, just like everybody else. But Bayley got to keep her eyes on the back of her head. She's going to continue on winning and stuff and moving forward. Even to the Nia Jax got involved until Miss Yin saved Bayley, and Nia Jax being in the corner of Tiffany Stratton, who also could be Miss Money in the Bank. There's a lot of elements going on of people who want to be Miss Money in the Bank. But like I said, we're going to let you know at Predict the Outcome tomorrow. Look forward to see Predict the Outcome video special, whatever you want to call it, tomorrow. See who's going to win Miss Money in the Bank. I got a perfect idea who's going to win it and who's tailor-made for it. So we'll see. But speaking of that, the WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, along with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, came out there and wanted to address the crowd about the bloodline. But keep your eye on Randy Orton right here. Randy Orton may be looking for some gold. Randy Orton has his sights set on a different playing view. We could be seeing Randy Orton against Kevin Owens. Randy Orton against Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. This could be a classic student to teacher versus student. Maybe you may remember when Randy Orton enlisted Kevin Owens to join Legacy. Not Kevin Owens, but Cody Rhodes to join Legacy. And Cody did join Legacy. Cody had his hand in that Legacy. So Cody could be having to watch it the back of his eyes now. But you can tell right here, Kevin Owens also made a heartfelt speech about his mom's in fighting in the hospital. He wanted the Canadian people to send, send some luck to his mother Kevin Owens trying to get some rally behind that cry. And it might be working for KO. KO might be getting some sympathy for that. But the task is at hand after what the bloodline did to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman really, really was at the wrong place at the wrong time. See right here. They picked up Heyman and slammed Heyman. They picked him up and picked him up like a fish out of water. They picked him up and they gave Paul Heyman a bump. At 56 years old, Paul Heyman took a bump and went crashing down to the table after Heyman had denounced that Solo Sikoa was not the tribal chief. And Heyman, Solo and the whole crew, Jacob Fatu, Tom Loyola, and Tola Lumna, set the example and took down Paul Heyman. These savages did what they did to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman really didn't deserve that. He'd been a mean one for quite some time, but Heyman kind of didn't know what to do, and look for that. But I tell you this, look for this. We're keeping clues and Easter eggs on what's going on. Could Randy Orton get his hands on Cody Rhodes and take the WWE Championship? But you never know. Kevin Owens could be taking the WWE Championship too. No one ain't keeping an eye on Kevin Owens, on what Kevin Owens want to do. But everyone keeping their eye on this. We know that Paul Heyman Solo had a message, and we'll tell you the message what he had sent to Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman about him being the tribal chief. Man, it's messed up. Now we know that tomorrow will be a brawl. This is a preview of what the brawl could look like. So we'll see how this brawl is going to invest and evaporate in our very eyes. Speaking of that, what about this? We'll talk about it later. Trish Stratus getting on the Pro Wrestling Show, hot topics on what went down with Trish and stuff. We'll get to that. Well, we talked about this. Grayson Waller had a prep talk with his fellow tag team champion and partner, Austin Theory, before they went out there. Grayson Waller had to remind Austin Theory that, hey, you don't need DIY. Why DIY teasing your head up? When you became a U.S. champion, you wrestled John Cena at WrestleMania. You defeated him for the United States Championship. We don't need this. And a lot of people think Grayson Waller is manipulating Austin Theory and thinking that Theory buying into Waller's BS. So there's a lot going on, and we'll tell you and let you know what went down and stuff. Well, speaking of Theory and Waller, tag team titles were on the line. Theory and Waller lost the tag team championships to DIY. You can tell the historic moment. DIY before the championship match put in the effort and said that they're coming to win the tag team championships in Toronto. You can date back 8 years ago, NXT. They went against Revival. They won the tag team championships, and 8 years later, they now hold the WWE Tag Team Championships. But DIY looking for some gold, and they got it. History repeating itself for the Tag Team Championships, and DIY did it. And congratulations to John Guerrero and Tommaso Ciampa on winning the Tag Team Championships. Well, we end SmackDown with a very eerie message right here. And you tell right here, Solo Sikoa came out there in the eerie message, the eerie presence, and Solo saying to the crowd that to the audience out there that that Paul Heyman don't know what he's talking about, don't know what he's doing. He said that Roman Reigns failed everyone when he lost the championship family at WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes. So this kind of gives you an inside look that Solo may be going for the WWE Championship some way, somehow, and Solo Sikoa may be getting himself crowned to win the WWE title at SummerSlam. He wants to be the tribal chief. by using the ultimate message, the ultimate part of the resistance is winning the WWE championship from Cody Rhodes and winning it back for the family. As he could have a right already on winning the championship and stuff. Next in line, if he pins Cody and stuff at tomorrow at Money in the Bank tomorrow, we could see that being a possibility. So Solo, along with his squad, his minions, Jacob Fatu, shoot Tal Lunga and Tal Leon in SmackDown. All right, that is the SmackDown Ring Report. Let's move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we talk about this. What about this? What a bombshell. We've been seeing a lot of reports where Trish Stratus was online and stuff, and the rumors are true. Trish Stratus will host Money in the Bank. Trish Stratus will give 100% satisfaction guaranteed. I can't wait to see Trish Stratus come out there to be the host of Money in the Bank in her native land of Toronto. Trish Stratus will host Money in the Bank. We're going to see what Trish Stratus is going to be up to and what Trish Stratus will be doing heading forward in Toronto. I like Trish Stratus. I've been a fan of Trish Stratus for a long time, even the Attitude era and the Ruthless Aggression era. She shines. So Trish Stratus uh, back, and she's going to be doing something for Money in the Bank. Speaking of Money in the Bank right here, fellow competitor Carmelo Hayes saying he was at the airport and said you better pin Randy. Now so Carmelo. So we could see this being how this is gonna go for Carmelo Hayes, but we'll see if he can win the Money in the Bank and he beat him. We'll see. But speaking of that, we know tomorrow will be Money in the Bank. We're now knowing the main event for Money in the Bank will be for the World Heavyweight Championship as Damian Priest set to defend the championship against the first holder of the title, Seth freaking Rollins. Can Seth Rollins recapture the World Championship after losing it to Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania? But we're hearing reports that Drew McIntyre made it clear that if he wins Money in the Bank, that he's going to cash in and win back the championship that once rightfully was his. So there's a lot going on. The dynamic is that, but I'll let you know tomorrow on Predict the Outcome tomorrow to see who's going to leave out Money in Bank as world champion heading to SummerSlam to meet Gunther for the title. All right, we're going to leave that right now here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report. I've been your host, Kendrick Dix, saying so long. We'll see you at Money in the Bank, Predict the Outcome, and Review. We're going to leave you with Solo Sikoa right now.